Come and be kind to me. Come and spoil the tree.
Good day, good afternoon.
Under the oaks, under the oaks, under the
Hey, it's a beautiful day. Tony and Melanie under the tree, handsome as ever, good looking as ever. Oh, I'm telling you, we're having a wonderful day. Melanie, what you say?
It's all good, Tony. All good. It's a beautiful wit Sunday.
Oh, it's a bit Sunday.
Yes.
Oh, we got a masterful topic today.
Yes.
Love, hate, relationship. Now, folks, when we say love, hate, relationship, we can get into that. We can cover some other business. But when we say love, hate, we mean relationship with people who married, living, some people living in fear, some people living want to leave their husband.
Whoa.
They ain't sure if they want to leave. Um, and all the questions they ask me. These topics, Melanie friends,
My friends. Okay. Yeah.
is
My
tell me
friends.
is ask me to do these shows, and they ask me all kind of question. But before we get into the show, there's we got three things to cover, and I try to do it quickly so we get right into the show because the show is a hot topic that everybody want to hear. First things first, I want to send a shout out and a condolence to the Davis family,
Okay.
Bennett Davis.
Mm-hmm.
He's a soldier. He's been in the vineyard a little while, been in the bush a little while. Um, See, we got to give props to these pastors, even though people talk bad about them, but they had made some significant
Contribution to
contribution.
our
Right.
society.
They
Yeah.
saved one or two people. No, they ain't saved nobody. God saved people. But I mean, they
They led them
led
to
to,
salvation.
right, because they also they saved nobody. And then Emmett Ware, Reverend,
Ahmed where?
I mean, no, Reverend Ware, the,
Mm-hmm.
who died.
He
That's right.
died too.
Yeah. And so last week, so we got a lot of folks leaving us,
Wow.
a lot of fellas, a lot of old folks who build this country. See, that's the key. They built this country for me to talk now and for Melanie to sit here. It wasn't for them. It wasn't for them who built this country. We would not be here. See that's where we go wrong. I almost
Nation builders,
yeah,
huh?
they nation building, and it wasn't for some of them who keep us straight on the straight and narrow consciously. You know me, I usually try to share a story of me when we start our show, so I can start with me. But next question is that I want to salute. I don't want to talk politics, but I got to talk this. This is important. I want to
Mm-hmm.
salute Brave Davis. I'll tell you why. He went into Cat Island
Mm-hmm.
and he took tests to test everybody. He had enough tests to test the whole. That's what an MP do. When something get out of control, that's what an MP do. That's a real MP.
I see people. It's a cat island.
That's the point I'm making. So all these other MPs better follow that. See,
Follow the leader,
follow the
leader.
leader, follow the leader, follow the whatever. I ain't telling you who to pick, red or blue now. I ain't what I doing here. I just
Follow good leaders. How
I
about
just
that?
saying something he did was good,
Yes.
and we must give kudos to it.
Remarkable.
When an MP is stepped on the plate, then his constituency in trouble. He there, and that's what it's all about. Moving right along. Anything, Melanie? You got a shout? Oh,
No.
I got a shout out also to Benisha on her birthday. I hope she enjoy every moment of it and hurry to get married and have some children so she'll move into my house. Next, and I want to send a shout out to my Anthony's, my youngest daughter. Her birthday is tomorrow. I want to send a shout out to her. So, yeah, she hurry to get married and go on her own, and yeah, she can have her own thing and be a woman. Now, you know, when you get certain age, you got to be a woman. Yeah, no more child. You know, pay your own way, keep your own children, find your own man,
Make
get
your own
married,
life. Eh?
make your own life. Hey, the problem is, Bahamas, is we don't let our children. We try to keep them in our house because we try to control their finance and control their body. We try to control everything. I telling you, reason.
Wow.
So now, We need to let the white folks around the world, after you just say they send you the card, don't come back here. So we need to start that. Only in the Bahamas, we, especially these boys, we pamper them like we, I don't know. We need to stop that nonsense. We love these boys, and 26, they still under your
You
roof.
know, we are people of the Bible. You know, the Bible tells us that we are to look and take care of the gifts that God gave us.
Mhm.
And our children are gifts from God. So we have to, make sure they are.
See what I'm talking about? Now you see what that,
And that's boys and
but
girls.
that's
I mean, it's easier for women to do it. I know you guys have a
but folks,
different,
folks out there, you see that's proof. Listen, her, she done talking about the Bible. Say this.
I say we are Bible people, and
Yeah,
that's what the Bible
she want to take care of
teach
herself.
us to take care of our children.
All right, right away. You got it. You were talking about take care.
No, that's it.
Right away, we move right into it. This big time now. We move right into this show.
And we want to say welcome to our viewers. We've not had much dialogue last week in our last show, but we know you're there and we want to hear from you. Those of you that are still facing health related challenges and family members that are not doing well, just be confident to know that, sickness is um, a passing experience and recovery is there once we get the right care. So let's work towards caring for ourselves so that recovery will be a definite thing.
Okay, you finished? You sure? I think we finished. Go ahead.
All done.
You sure? Man, you got a little more, man. Can anyway.
Absolutely
Anyway,
nothing.
folks, I can be on her case all day today. You ain't got to worry. I got her. Hey, I got her. Folks, now we talking about going into that topic, love, hate,
And
and relationship.
relationships.
Let me give you a story first. I wanna talk about me first. See, before I get into that, there's a lot of folks into marriage,
Mm-hmm.
and I remember. See, the reason I can start about me because I remember I was married and living in my marriage, and I know a lot of folks out there go through this. You give all you have. I mean, everything. You give your time, you give your money, you give it all. I mean, give it all. Your love, and so you expect this love that you're giving, love, general, the whole complete
Mm-hmm.
package. You you expect it that it be carried out because you feel that you carrying this out. Your wife or your partner should be reciprocating and should have your heart and your well-being at heart.
Mm-hmm.
And it is so hurtful when you find out that you has putting all this quality time, putting all this money and putting all these resources into your relationship and your relationship just fall apart one day. Now, let me tell you the words I use. I got some trick words I use. I told somebody anytime you want to go on diet, you don't need to go on diet. That day finish. All you need to do is have somebody you love leave you. When you see you see how fast you lose weight. You mean strict diet. For a whole 2 or 3 weeks you be diet out. You won't believe how much weight you can lose. That's your diet right there. So when these relationship, the word I use, diet, go on diet, it is crazy. And people is be so hurt and so off balance, like they be so off balance. So that's the type of hurt I'm talking about. When we talk about hurt today, that's what we're talking about. And then love, because love conquered all. People throw the word love around loosely because most people not sincere with their love. So they use the word love to fool you, to, to play with your mental state. And a lot of people, especially in the Bahamas, they throw the word love so loosely. They have no meaning. They just say it, oh well, I love you. Just to just to throw you off. And so we talking about that love, that phony, negative, fake love. And then and we talking now about the last relationship, we talking about in relationship that you trapped me into this relationship. And when you trap me, let me tell you what I meant, trap me or pull me into the relationship. You show me a good face. You were all lies from the beginning. You hide. You tell me you wasn't married. I find out you married. You tell me you own the house you're in. You ain't own it. The man or the woman own it. You tell me you wait on the police force and you ain't wait on the police when I find out all kind of lies, little hidden lies. You tell me he's a Christian.
Hmm.
You know that's the number one lie to conform to him and a Christian person. The lie, I'm a Christian. So the woman finally, and you live the Christian life for 6 months. You know, you go to church with the woman, and you go to church with the man, and you read the Bible every night with them, and all this. And then one night you beg for sex. What? Then the woman find, oh Jesus, Lord, who you are. But the problem with in relationship now, when the person find out, it's be so embarrassing because you go and carry the person all around your mother and your church and your friends. So now you can't say you gotta somehow play this out. But that's what we can talk about today, Melanie.
Hmm. You said quite a bit, Tony, in
Yeah, I
terms
set
of
the pace. Hmm.
um, lying, lies, lies, all lies. Um,
You think? Let me ask you a question before you go on.
mhm.
You think be human or everybody lie around the way? Or you think it's just a human thing?
I am not certain. Um,
So you're saying the human lie a lot? They lie more than.
I think people the world over, if you look at human psychology, is what I'm gonna say, right? You find that people present an image of themselves, and many individuals have a particular image of themselves that basically does not really line up with their reality, but maybe it's their dream to be that particular way, right? And then, too, you have people that are of a particular way and they stay long enough in a what I would call toxic relationship, and then they begin to evolve. The thing about love is upfront, we never really know an individual. So, what we are feeling when we first meet somebody, I think, is infatuation. And it takes a while for us to know each other, right? But what I observe is people enter a relationship with a preconceived idea of who they want, what they want. And what they do is they try to impose their ideas on the person that they meet. So I meet you, you're attractive, you self employed, you're friendly, and those are things that I like about you, right? But after our second date, we sleep together, we go out on dates together, we have fun together, and then there is this attachment. And then I learn that I can only go out when I go out with you. If a guy look at me, then you have a problem with it. The guy looking, I ain't looking, but you have a problem with it, and you are assuming that I will respond to whoever it is, and so you try to lock me in, and the list goes on and on. So, who was lying there? So, eventually, somebody tries to control the other, and that is what I notice in most the human relationship. When it ain't the woman controlling, it's the man controlling. It's like we just have a nation of narcissists. Everybody want to control somebody else when they themselves have no control over themselves.
But I piggybacking off you,
Mm-hmm.
and when we talk about control,
Mm-hmm.
control is one of the dangerous things in a relationship
Mm-hmm.
because a person can lose their mind. When you control somebody, so when I control you so long, I become powerful. So now I own you.
And you know what is interesting? When the relationship first starts, there is so much attention, there is so much listening
Yeah.
going on, right? Guys have an endless time to just hear you talk. And the girl feels so, oh, he's interested. He loves me and all these, and it's just, for me, I call it information gathering. So when he does begin to lock you down, he now have all of what you told him as arsenal for saying why he don't want you to go out with
But
your
that's the woman
friends
too.
and why you should stay where he is and all that other kind of stuff. You see what I mean?
Yeah. Uh, which is so true. Um, but let me say this to you, beautiful. I know. But let me say this to you, and I'm gonna ask you a question. I want your truthful answer.
Mm-hmm.
I understand a man do this, right? This is a
Mm-hmm.
man thing,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know why a woman would do this. How could a woman don't love you but could sleep with you every night? I don't understand that.
Okay.
So you gotta explain to me and the people out there, how could a woman make love to a man
Who she doesn't love?
and she don't even love him? I
Well,
know a man could do it because I do it just having fun.
mm-hmm.
But
You know, I could. I'd like to use an analogy. It's pretty strong and maybe awkward, but perception is a serious thing. And that's why there's a statement in the Bible that says, man look on the outward appearance,
yeah,
but God looks on the heart. You may have your standard of what it is that tells you that an individual love you.
mhm.
That woman, when you say she don't love you, it's kind of difficult to actually say that she don't love you. Often there are some
What you
women
mean?
that are the
But
exception.
okay, she married to you.
Mm-hmm,
She live in the house with you,
mm-hmm,
but she gets up
mm-hmm.
and walk out the house and never come back. Then the very night, the night before, she make love to you morning and night, and then disappear the next morning. Come on,
Wow.
what? I, I have friends who tell me I gotta put it out to the people friends.
Mm-hmm.
So what? How? What? There's no love there. So it had to
No,
been
I don't think
so.
that it's an absence of love.
What it is?
I believe it is a fair factor. Yeah,
A
believe it, a
fair factor?
fair factor.
Explain.
She probably gave you, it depends on the relationship that exists between the two parties. A lot of people are in relationships where there is abuse, verbal, sexual, and physical
Well, the
abuse.
Bahamas has that trait of a lot of abuse, and,
And
and we
and
hide it under the mat.
and oftentimes people are in relationships, they're hurting, and what they do is they take on the mindset that this is not working for me, but I will put up with it until I can do better.
So what you saying that the minute they could do better, they leave you
Not
high and dry.
really the minute now. Remember, in a previous
Mhm.
forum that we had, we talked about the fact that sometimes people left you a long time. You talk about
Yeah, yeah.
women having
Why?
left the relationship mentally long before they leave it physically.
But see, what I get now, right?
Hmm.
You, a woman could make love to you and get up tomorrow and leave you.
Hmm.
That to me, either that love was gone long time, like you say,
Yeah, yeah, it was gone
so it
long time.
wasn't love. That's the point I'm making.
It was sex.
And you only stayed there because you ride me because I was a sucker.
Not
Yeah,
necessarily.
you used a sucker, so you ride me.
In some instances that could be the truth.
Yeah.
But in other instances it could be that she was being ridden and she got tired of being ridden and she was setting herself up to be in a more stable position that when she leaves she don't have to worry about coming back.
So in other words, this is what you were using me for my home, my place, my money. So you ride me because you know I want sex, I guess. So this is like a trade-off. So you said I can ride him as long as I can. So when you leave, I go on to work thinking you love me. So I happy.
But Tony, you know,
See, don't tell me I can I should see signs. I'm not. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about how a woman could do this to a man if they say they love. It's very see. There, there,
there was
there was
some
no love.
that no. There might be love, but the love is not sufficient to carry and sustain the
So it
relationship.
wasn't love. It was fluctuation. It was something
No, it
different.
could be
If
love.
it was
We
love, love
have
don't die.
different no, love don't die. And she because somebody leaves you doesn't mean that they no longer love you, you know. It's just that there are certain things about you that outweighs the love that they
Okay.
have for
So
you.
you think
Self
I'm just being
preservation.
the devil advocate.
Hmm.
So you think somebody had a better price than me? You think
Sometimes women leave to be by themselves.
in most cases one by the most times women leave a man, she going to another man. I talk about the Bahamas. This is real talk. And she
Yeah,
was with
the world over.
yeah.
Because I mean, the other day, you know, this old school me. The more you use that word
It
towards
comes
me,
through.
I realize it.
Old
But
school.
I was having a conversation with a relative, and she used the phrase. She said, "In order to get over one man, you have to get under another." And I don't particularly use that as a blanket explanation for what happens when a woman leaves a relationship, but I could do a flip of the coin where I know of many women that were in relationship with men and that man get up out of the bed and go and walk down the aisle and marry another woman in less than 24 hours.
Yeah.
Actually, on the morning of his wedding, he leaves a woman's bed to go and join with
But
another woman.
men do this. See, that's why I said women. I expect men to do this type of stuff
Mm.
because men somehow their tongue is heavy. They always got tight tongue. They always double
But
tongue.
you see that now is, the new
Hmm.
approach is two can play this game.
Yeah,
And women are now getting more fed up with men and their what I'm gonna call mediocrity, because Tony, a lot of men fall short, and just like how a lot of men complain that, oh, she withholding sex. We had a conversation
Yeah.
a couple of
Right.
weeks ago. You know why women withhold sex, and should women withhold sex as punishment in a relationship? But it's like it's the only thing that gets the man attention.
You think so?
It, I said, it appears as
Okay,
if
okay.
it's the only thing. Men,
Majority, yeah. Majority
eh,
time. Yeah. Majority time, yeah. Sex. Yeah, yeah. People block
men
it.
kind of a
Nearsighted.
special, yeah.
Yeah, nearsighted.
Nearsighted is a good word.
Nearsighted.
In that you all focus on one thing at a time. Women are more global in their focus, and so we are able to pick up on things. We're able to communicate the things that men, on the other hand, y'all like, oh, well, that'll change someday,
Yeah.
or that
Well,
ain't worth fighting over. But women have learned that it's like a tap that's leaking. There's more to that leaking tap than just the fact that it's leaking. If you don't stop the leak, what happens? There's mold to accumulate in your kitchen. The water bill will be high because the tap is leaking. Okay? So, in order to cut out all these potential problems, you deal with the leaking tap. Men, on the other hand, is like, oh, I'm going to get to that later. But when the bill come, when the water bill come, why the water bill so high? Well, I've been telling you that the tap is leaking and you didn't fix it.
yeah, but
And it's the same thing in the relationship. The woman tells you, I see this, but you don't pay attention to it. Women are very perceptive, and they don't only see the man, they see what surrounds the man. For you all, y'all only see the woman. Y'all don't see what surrounds her, what makes her tick, what makes her happy. And she gets annoyed at it. She gets fed up. And you know what? The sad mistake about it is she leave you for the neglect and end up with somebody else. But you all are good at showing attention when the relationship is brand new. But once that woman smooths off and you feel she's in a comfortable place, y'all go and pursue somebody else. So women have to keep y'all moving. We have to constantly move the bar.
what we don't keep ourselves moving.
Y'all keep yourself moving from one person to the next. Stability is not a strong characteristic of most men.
You think so? We don't have stability.
No, not
No,
until y'all get
but folk,
older,
but
decrepit, and need somebody to take care of y'all.
yeah, but you know the folk, you know what I find out is now why the lesser man, the man of, who have less means,
Possessions, yeah.
yeah, they
Hmm.
get treated so bad.
Really?
Yeah,
I wasn't aware of that.
you better be aware of it. It's true. They
So
get
that's the same thing happened to the women that have less?
yeah, the women have less. The woman have less. They can pick up a good man, or they can get somebody and pull them.
Hmm.
But the man, for ones who have less, always get somebody to pull them,
But you
who
see,
who pull
Tony,
them down.
that is a very interesting point that you're making. My thing is, what is less? Less in material or less in character?
Less in quality, character. Mhm.
No, man.
Woman,
Men that have less in character,
men who have less than character and less than things, they get most times
now,
mistreated.
now you just said something. You
Woman
just
just walk,
combined
yeah,
both of
woman
them.
just walk out of the house and leave them for somebody who got means. And
I've seen women
woman
walk
stick with,
out of a house of means
yeah, but
and go into a,
majority of time, woman who marry somebody with means, they stick it to the heart. They go through the pain, the hate, the love.
oh yeah,
They go to the heart
and and
because
and they literally die in that
yeah, the
place of
standing
plenty.
because they see the word they use. I with a certain standard, so I wouldn't go lower than the standard. They never really think about what they're saying, when they use the word
And
standard.
that now brings us home to the question that you asked earlier. It's that type of woman who will make love to a man tonight and leave and go to another man the following
You
day.
follow me now?
That particular type of woman.
Because she going for things. Her value, you get it, her value is screwed up. That's what I'm talking about.
Mm.
And when I was bringing up, you know me, I like to get long road. There's so many women now today, seems like they don't have the value no more. And it's like they are only is we talking about men and women now. We ain't talking about women. So I don't want to give on women. So these people are just hurting people. They come into your life after
For what you have.
for what you have, and then after 5 years or 6 years, they ain't really pan up really what they want. They're going again. They're going to destroy another person's life. These type of when I talk about the hurt, the love and hate, men do it to women all the time. Where we tell the woman, man, don't worry about that. I got you. Whatever you want, I put you. Fella buy you 5 times in a row. Fella buy you some flowers, and he send you one Gucci bag, and you go.
In itself
That's where the hurt comes in.
is exactly
Hmm.
the hurt and the hate.
Yeah, the hurts and the hate.
Because what happens is, for some reason, men are very good at sussing out what a woman is all about.
Yes, because
Men are very good at that.
it's easy.
And
That's easy.
so that's why it's easy also for you all to have 2 and 3 women until you meet the
But why
woman,
not?
who is not into things and is interested in time. And when the woman is interested in time versus things, you all have the hardest time. Some men are sensible enough to walk, but others again, it's like you on a seesaw. 1 minute you up, the next minute you down. And for the woman that is grounded in things now, what you do is you go then you do your foolishness, and then when she manifests displeasure, you go and you buy her the Gucci watch or the Gucci bag, and she's happy with you again.
Hmm. Because you see, women smile when they go into the mall and the shop. They got money to buy stuff. But once they can go, you let me tell you, you can give a woman every day. You give a woman some money and say, "Get this for me." They go, not a problem. They get that.
They love to
They
spend
love
money.
spend. They
Mm-hmm.
love to go and love to spend.
Mm-hmm.
And so that send the juices up to their brain,
Mm-hmm.
and that get the brain going.
Mm-hmm. So you see, it's about how we interpret
Hmm.
what happens to
That's
us.
love for them.
And again, come right
That's
back
love for
now
them.
to the standards and values
Hmm.
that the individual hold. So, love, hate.
Relationship.
When the man now neglects her and only put things her way, you see, women,
Mm.
trust me when I tell you, if a woman is accepting things from you, that's only the tip of the iceberg that you're seeing, because every woman desires time and attention. We're like children when it comes to
No, but
the attention of a man.
I think some of them value money more than time. Don't you?
Well, like I say, eventually.
Yeah, but yeah, eventually they'll afford. But let's get to the
Any
money.
woman who values things more, she ain't, she ain't love you.
Let's get to the nuts and grit of this conversation today. But really, what this person wants me to get at, and really,
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about this now. In I only can speak for in the Bahamas. I speak around
Mm-hmm.
the world, but in the Bahamas,
Mm-hmm.
most relationship in the Bahamas, you think it's 75%, 80%, or 60%
I so old
having a
school.
having a good relationship? What do you,
Having a good
yeah,
relationship.
you think it's less than that? 35%?
Talk lower it,
You mean 20%?
lower it,
You 15%?
lower it.
10%?
Less than 10%
Having a
of
good relationship
relationships
in the
in this
Bahamas. You mean
Bahamas,
marriage?
marriage or otherwise.
That's what you believe.
That's what I believe.
And excuse me, you always give the benefit of the doubt. You know
I
I used to.
always do.
So you trying to tell me
That we live
we
lies.
live in a bunch of
We
lies?
live lies.
Okay, you. I was gonna say to you, finally, me and you agree on something on the show.
Mm.
You know what? It's amazing. In this relationship thing and marriage thing, especially women, I gotta talk with women because women always talk to me. They only stay in the relationship because sometimes because of God. And
And
let me
that's
explain that
the
God.
and that is the worst of
Yeah.
all
But let me explain.
reasons.
Yeah, I know. But let me explain the ones who tell me about God, the ones who stay in
Mhm.
for God,
Mhm.
because they're either Catholic from the Catholic Church,
Mhm.
and they church don't believe in divorce,
Mhm.
or they have a high post somewhere, and marriage comes with it if they don't.
I thought that was a man thing.
No,
Cheaper to keeper.
no. Majority of women stays in the marriage.
Image.
Yeah, it's
Image.
about image, and majority of women dying because this show developed, and this show today was because a situation that somebody said that they felt that they were dying inside.
Mhm. Did they move out of the relationship?
Well, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, me to tell them go, but I should have done that. But let me explain how the situation is. You have your sweetheart,
Mhm.
you live in the house, but the woman only see you when you come off from work, you change your clothes,
And go back out
and
again.
go back and then see her the next day.
The next day,
The next day. And sometimes you might come home and sleep.
it means that this man has moved on. There is
Yeah.
somebody else out there
But
who has his attention and who is taking care of him
yeah.
the way he desires to
But
be taken
but
care of.
she's in love.
So she love her husband.
Yes.
Then stay.
But it might be another woman. It could be another man.
Oh, that's true.
So now, why? The question is, why would you stay?
Well, the question is, was there a conversation regarding his
There, there's many
new
conversation.
form?
There was many conversation.
Okay.
And so the person feel like they dying inside
Well, maybe she
because of
needed to come alive again by finding an alternative for herself.
no, but
Because if she loves a man and the man loves someone else and he respects her enough to not bring the person home but to go out to that individual and leave her there, at least maybe what he is reading is that, but it was these things that brought you here to begin with. So I'm not taking these things away from you.
right.
I'm now going to find love, passion, or whatever else it is
And
that he is getting out there that he seemed to have stopped getting at home. Mind you, not to say that the woman stopped giving, Sometimes it's somebody just give it better.
no, I don't think giving is the issue
What is the issue? What do you think is the
because
issue?
I'm gonna get to that. But I'll give you the last part. So she started to have affair with somebody else, right? Wait.
Okay,
So
all
she
right.
started to have affair with somebody else.
So she started it.
No, he started it.
Oh,
So she now, after she
decided to go.
after 4 years of
Uh
fighting
huh.
him,
Uh huh. She
she
decided
she
to go
decided
and get somebody herself,
decided to have a relationship.
and he find out.
No, he didn't find out,
No.
but she realized when she's making love to this guy, she's thinking about her husband.
Well,
So,
who she ever stopped to think who her husband
but,
be thinking about when he making love with
so,
the other person?
but then we can discuss it now. Then after that, she decided that she had to give this relationship
Mm.
because
And the husband didn't give a
and
bit.
he didn't give her his. but she's still in love with her husband. But the dude, she's still thinking about him too. This,
So guess what? At
see,
the end of the day,
mm,
who's losing out in this situation?
that's a love hate relationship. So let me tell you, she is staying there because she loved her husband. All right, she loved her husband. That's what she loved. So she thought that she could go out there and
I can tell you one thing. I
get a little
thought
rocks.
I said earlier, but I retract. Because some people stay because of God. No, that's the best reason.
Yeah.
Because to tell me you staying and you denying yourself of your personal for a man who is not denying himself, but you're in love with him, and so you're gonna give up everything and just stay there and be miserable and dry up like a prune.
But this happens in majority of marriages. The same thing I'm telling you, where the husband or the wife doing nonsense, and so the husband or wife decide to see their little person too because they they realize, boy, fighting this thing can change. Look like, but none of them want to leave the dwelling home because they hold on things. So the only do I when I say than God, and when I tell you about how people not just God they holding on for, people hold on for things. So they hold on, they fighting over the house.
There was a
Both
time
both don't
when
want to leave
people
us.
used to put up with that foolishness
Mhm.
and use the children as an excuse.
So this relationships that happens like this,
Mhm.
it's it's it comes loving and a healing relationship
Mhm.
because it got love, hate.
And definitely that particular situation is clearly a love hate. Because when you have been neglected for so long and then you turn around and you neglect yourself on the account of this person that you love and they're not returning love to you,
But
you grow to hate that person.
yeah,
But you should really hate yourself.
but you and both me know of a situation where it's so much love on one side,
Hmm.
but it's turning to be hate. But I
Hmm.
don't think it's turning to be hate.
What do you think?
I think after a while in these kind of crazy relationship,
Hmm.
people get used to. They get used to this, and it become a
But
talking point.
if
It become a
if
talking point
oh
to me and you.
okay, to
The,
others, to
yeah, it
others,
become a talking point.
because they ain't really
They
making
ain't
no
going nowhere.
progress. Okay.
They am not putting any effort out to change it. They're not holding anything back.
Hmm.
All they're doing is just talking.
Okay.
So
Because it maybe pacifies them.
right, majority of these relationships, when you see these relationship with wars and other partner and all this,
Hmm.
people, what that word they use when they say, you, if you have curfew, it become a part of your psyche,
Then
or
you know.
yeah, in your mind, you get
Yeah, it,
it's
it, it
like become a
becomes
part of
it's a
you.
habit,
It's a
so therefore
it
it
grows
becomes a part of you.
right.
Yeah.
So that's what happens in this relationship, where men and women,
Excuse
when they're
me.
in these bad relationship, after a while, they start complaining. The woman start complaining. She get used to it. So
The
you need
complaints
you didn't
stop.
complain. What you need to do is just shut up, because what are you doing? Most of these relationships is just you don't need to bring hot air.
Hot air. Wow.
You're just putting the word out there because if you were serious about correcting it, you would do something about it.
But Tony, let's
Mhm.
go back then. You see, the 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 thing is this, and that's why I believe we might as well become a polygamous country
Because people don't do it.
because
In the Bible, one woman had five husbands. Five husbands. You remember that story? You remember that story? All right. It's just the Bible. See, I, I, I went to church this morning and I visited church, and the pastor were talking about the old Christian and the new Christian. Brother, let me say this to you: the old Christian, I believe, voicing the new Christian. All right. All this behavior now is a learned behavior by somebody had to teach somebody or somebody had to see somebody. Don't try that.
Well, the preacher will say it's the sin. It's the sin of Adam.
No,
Adam
that's what he tried.
caused the
But
entire
that's what he
human
tried to
race
say
to
this
be
morning.
lost.
And I was still on course, but he talking about America and this and now America Christian is only faking it. Let me say this to you, brother. I've been living in the Bahamas all these years, from the Finland government to now, past Finland government to the British government. Let me say this to you, and I've been born, and people been screwing and sneaking and lying in the church from
Yeah,
from way back then.
yep.
So don't give
Everybody
me.
lying.
See,
Everybody
I don't.
lying.
That's why I say don't give me that story. So I sit in the church and listen to him. You know what? I somehow sometimes believe in the Christian today, the young people today. You know why?
Because they
They
keeping
read
it
more
real. They keeping it
and they
real.
reading more.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
reading more.
They are dismissing a lot of the what they consider to be foolishness.
Foolishness. Y'all talk. Anyway, let's
Yes,
get back on the show.
yes.
We don't get it. So what I'm saying that these relationship is so much breaking relationship in the Bahamas. Oh my God. Until people lying to themselves. You believe in your own lie. And then you start
But then
talking your
that's
lie.
because of the ideals that we have established as the norms, and our lives are built on lies that
That's
have
it.
been passed on to us as truths.
That's it. That's it. You know what is amazing to see? Somebody give you a story and they tell you, well, I've been married all these years and the man this and the man that. But guess what? Look in the two-sided story.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't like to know. Well, if you can't cook, you can't clean, you can't shake your bungie, what you expect a nigga to do? This is real world. This is real world. God carry you so far. Yes. God will protect you. God will keep you. Yes. But if you ain't doing what you're supposed to do, God didn't keep the man for you. See, God like everybody to be equal, happy.
To
And
what play
God,
your role, know your role, and play
yeah,
it well.
right, right. God can see the man unhappy. Let me tell you what happened in this one. Boy, Melanie, I'm coming at you. Let me tell you, I don't play, so I. Again, let me tell you something. Some of these marriage, I ain't blaming all one, but I ain't saying some of these marriage, y'all go into bed in the night with your husband. Y'all even know how to make sex, make love, have proper. Y'all don't even know because y'all would not give yourself freely. Most of y'all women give yourself freely. Y'all holding back on some issue, what happened in the 60s or what happened last week. This is the real world we're living in. If you take a man or a woman, let's say both ends, out of their parents' house, you better be sure that's the one you love. You know what it is? Because you only love him. You only love him because he could give you some children with some pretty hair. You got some money. Your children ain't gonna starve. Or you look like a good man to have children with because he a little handsome. Oh, my children come out yellow. And you got all these stories. You won't get out your ma house because you and your ma can't get along. And then you want to take this guy away from a girl you don't like. You'll need to wake up. And then when you get these women or men, then you'll start complaining because it ain't working. And it ain't working because you know it's going to work. You know you come here on a crooked way into this door. But you should know, once you enter that door, you should do everything in your power to keep that door shut. Woman and man. Man, you know your thing ain't working, go get it fixed. Woman, you know your thing twisted, let a man straighten it. Hey, this ain't no joke. You want to know how to straighten it? I can tell. Anyway, let me move on. But like I said, right? But this is nothing to play with. Relationship is destroying people's lives, especially women today. Women who don't have means and women who have a little bit of education, they are getting through. I watch TV. A woman with 5 kids in the street. See, so everybody got common sense to understand that you can't have 5 children because they might be mentally stable up here. The dude might
It
be,
ain't nothing wrong with having 5 kids.
but if you don't have no means to keep them, and if you have 5 kids with 5 different men, you should know by number two. Hold on, I can get
Yeah,
married.
catch yourself,
Yeah,
catch yourself. But even marriage don't guarantee anything.
no, no, no.
What
I
you
said good. We haven't talking much only. I talking about good
no
man.
no
Taking into people's lives, good.
No, no. I
Oh, okay,
thought I
right.
heard you say
In
get
marriage to
married. So after two
yeah.
children, get married.
No, I'm talking about yes, yes. After two children, get a decent man, get married. After two children, why you should have another child out of wedlock?
But that's what I'm saying. Marriage don't guarantee that the man is going to take care of the children. So you already have two. What I would say is make sure that man is willing to accept the two you have, and then maybe another one with
Well
the
said.
two of you,
Well said.
right?
Well said.
But
So that's woman who just how y'all think. See how y'all think. You don't think, but taking care of
well,
them.
most
You ain't
men,
thinking about that.
most men. Okay, back in the day, in our day of childhood and youthfulness, a man go and marry someone who have two children, what they call it, cat in the bag, or what they call it, pig in the bag,
Thinking about it.
right? But somebody deposited those pigs in that bag, and guess what? You go and you find your perfect wife who ain't have no children, and that woman don't love you like you say. She come to you because of what you could give her, right? Now I know back in the day, and that is on men. When, like I said
Now
earlier,
we hear this. Hold on,
men
man.
always come bearing the best of themselves when they're getting into a relationship. And that's how most women got trapped with a daddy with five different children, baby daddy drama, right?
So you supposed to do
Because,
investigation, right?
child, please,
You mean
when a
you
woman,
desperate? You're not desperate for man?
no, because men come with a sweet talk. They
You
come
can't
with
blame
their
me.
sweet talk and they tell you how you was the best thing and how they wife this and their girlfriend that, and the list goes on. But
And you believe it?
and women fall for it.
You believe it, right?
Women fall for
You're a
it.
fool.
Yeah, we fool.
How do you fool?
Right.
Think with your
And
heart.
then too, right? Men don't carry kids. Women carry kids. So if you are going to have unprotected sex, protect yourself. Use the pill. And then some people, oh, the pill is making me sick. Well, then let him use a condom or make yourself sick by staying away from that.
I's a sweet man. You think I can use condom? I's a sweet man. I want to be sweet.
Well, you know,
Condom only get my
there
belly.
is a price.
Ah!
There is a price for everything. Now, you could decide whether you want children, which is going to be a lifelong expense, or whether you can use a condom or go on the pill.
Pricey.
Because for each child, there is an added cost.
But see, but okay, you go into these families, and most women will say they hide their business. This is what they do. They
Mm-hmm.
hide their business.
Mm-hmm.
9 times out of 10, if you don't hide your business, sometime you get results. See, when you believe your business is secret, ain't no secret.
It's private. It ain't secret.
Oh,
It's
private.
private.
Private. Private where? In the Bahamas, ain't nothing private.
That's true. And ain't nothing is a secret.
Ain't nothing secret. Let me give you why I say that. People in your own party or your own relationship or your own family, they're the ones who behind your back sipping about you.
Mm-hmm.
And so your business never private.
True.
So if you making a politician happy, that's a general public. Because guess what?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna tell you,
Everybody know your business.
everybody know that. So you only
Mm-hmm.
making a fool of yourself. So what you need to do is that
And you know, you said that, but you know what is so sad? Is people see you making a fool of yourself and they stand on the side and they go, yeah, look at her, she's so stupid.
yeah, but you know why? You know why? Because they too want her to think it's a secret.
That's all they wanted to think?
Yeah.
No, they want to see her fall. They
Yeah.
want to see her
No, no,
collapse.
no, 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 no. I had a situation. Boy, glad you say that. I had a situation where a person used to go to a person, and I know the person was in trouble.
By venturing along that line
Yeah, and
in that relationship.
I know if that person go down that road, they, that's trouble. So I try
Okay, to warn them.
to warn them.
It wasn't a woman you was warning, eh?
A man.
Or you was my, oh, so you see? I was gonna say if it's a woman, then she think that's because you want her.
Yeah, yeah.
But if it's a
Eh,
man, the man think you want the woman.
I never forget this. I'm glad you said this, Melanie. And I warned him. I didn't want him sick. I couldn't come out and say, well, you better don't go there because this, and that. So, this woman do have this and that. So I said to him one day, I say, I see you coming around. So I say, but you married. So I go on that road.
Mm-hmm.
So he say, man, ain't nothing between me and I, just my working friend.
Mm.
So I say, brother, listen to me good. You married? You, if I were you, I would go home. And I stay home. See, that's the only way I can tell him.
Mm-hmm. But you were warning him, but you use his marriage as his anchor
Yeah.
rather than the danger
Yeah.
on the other side.
But I should have told him direct. But
And that's what we have to do.
but
We have to be upfront.
But
and
in the
direct.
Bahamas,
Everybody mind their own business.
right. But if you tell him direct, then he'll jump all over you, and he would say, "You only tell me that because you don't want me to go there.
You won't get there.
Yeah.
You won't get there.
So and then it would have been you say, I say, and that would have been it.
But you know that is a serious.
But folks,
thing.
let me tell you the sad part about this story. This, folks, is a real story, and I put my hand on the chopping block. It's a real story. 6 months later, the girl died.
Mm.
A year later, the guy died. But he carried on with his wife.
So the wife died too.
I see the wife looking beautiful.
Wow.
But what I'm saying, there's sometimes,
You just have to be upfront and
People-
direct though.
yeah, but there's sometimes it's best your your business to be on the street sometimes.
Mhm.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Because somebody
Gonna know. And
could
then
save your life.
somebody else, yeah.
Could save your life. And I'm making up a story. This is a fact.
Real thing.
Real story. Real, when I say real story, and if you call me up and you pick me up on them place and say, I talk in foolishness,
I
All right.
think there are several individuals who can tell of a similar story.
oh yeah.
It ain't the identical story, but many, many individuals
So,
lost their lives because nobody was brave enough to
to-
tell. Mind you, listen to this though. I know of a situation. Professional was warned,
mhm.
told, and they still went ahead. Oh my God, that was the greatest loss that I have ever known. Brilliant young woman. Brilliant young woman. And she was told by numerous persons. But ain't nothing like a slick tongue. And when that
Oh,
done
yeah.
wrap around that
Oh,
heart of
yeah.
yours,
Yeah.
that naive heart.
Yeah.
And that's where hatred comes
That's
in.
what I'm talking
because
about.
People
After hatred.
begin to hate.
The hate.
But that young lady lost her life.
Yeah.
Lost her life.
And so we sit here under the tree every Sunday, bringing it to you, so we did this show to help people. We ain't did the show for, you see, most people ain't hitting us up, but that's fine. We did this show to educate, to inspire, to motivate. I mean, this is what we do. We just don't talk here, and we just don't talk what we don't know. We do real conversation for real stories, real people. Every time I come here, real stories. We can even call names to, if you don't believe it. I'm talking about, we won't do it, but you would be amazed when people stop us with the conversation and they say, well, you know, like sometimes they don't want to talk to you, but they waiting around your car and the food. And you wonder who this is? You thinking this person come to rob me or something? And you wonder what's going on. And this person go, man, Mr. Williams, let me tell, I need somebody to talk. People always need somebody to talk to, but they're afraid to talk to some of us because they feel that if they talk, their business will be in the street. But under the tree, confidential. And There's too much hurt in relationship. You're so close. There's too much hurt in relationship in the house. So what we can do, we come and take the topic of relationship. We talk a lot about relationship.
Love, hate, and
Yeah,
relationship. The
and
hate element didn't come
yeah,
too much, but
on the positive
it
side.
comes, it comes, it
Yeah.
comes. When you
Eventually,
give your all
but
and it's not returned. But you know,
ugly.
we have to look at some of the lies that we live as truths.
You mean?
We live a lot of lies
We,
and accept them as truths
let me
in
give you
our
one. Let me give you
society.
one. Let me give you one.
Hmm.
That man can live alone.
That's a lie.
Oh, damn lie. That's a lie. Never the hell.
Let's call Jerry Spring on that one. Jerry, is that the truth?
That's not true. Man never can live alone.
That
Man,
is not the
that's
truth.
not true. Man
Can a
don't live
woman
alone.
live alone?
A woman can live alone for a period of time.
Mm. But not a man. He can't live for too long.
No, man can't live alone too long.
Mm.
No, no. You see, why man can't live alone? Men need, have needs, all kind of needs.
Women have needs too?
No, no, woman only got one need.
No, okay.
Woman got
So what
one
all
need.
man need? Let's say what all men need.
Man need a woman.
Mm-hmm.
Man need money.
Mm-hmm.
Man need emotionals. Man need um, physical. Man need all these things. Man need this food, this one to cook. Man need so much things. Woman only need one thing:
Hmm.
money,
Wow.
not sex. Money.
But women can work for their own money so they can live without a
No,
man.
no, no, no. No matter what, even they wake or not, only one thing they need is money.
Okay. And we can get that on our own if we
Yeah.
get ourselves a job.
Most men needy.
Men are needy
Yeah.
and they're dependent. I
Yeah,
think,
yeah,
and it ain't the way the mother raised them either. It's
No.
genetic.
yeah. It is
And
genetic.
guess what? If you really, we going back now. We Bible people. What it say?
Oh,
God saw that Adam was
Alone.
alone and created a helpmeet.
yeah. And see, that's why I tell you, man need,
Mhm.
woman.
So man need to learn how to say what they need, act like they need, and care for those who provide for their need.
Well, sometimes the woman needs too much.
But man is the needy one. So why do
Yeah,
women need
but
now?
sometimes the woman needs too much. Sometimes, see, when the man, okay, if the man count the days
Hmm.
and the man say, okay, uh, I need sex on Monday, I don't need it until Wednesday, I don't need it until Friday. You got, say 3 days, right? A woman can try to cut that down to 2 days.
You know, hearing you say that, I was going to say, why do you need to express that? It is something that, in my judgment, is a natural occurrence. If two people love each other and they share the same space, it ain't no limit on
No,
when that.
it's
Oh,
supposed to be the way you say it. But the problem is this. Woman will tell you a story. You know, women are good at, hold on folks. Women are good at telling stories. So the story go like this. I gotta put the chair in the bed. I gotta cook the food. I gotta do the house. I gotta wash the clothes. I gotta do the
and we already addressed all those things.
so
If the
so
man there helping,
so the
she
ne-
ain't have no
so
excuse.
so even if you help, watch now. Even if you help,
She find a new excuse.
oh, I gotta fix my hair. She switch. I gotta fix me. I gotta get ready. Oh, I can do this for work tomorrow. She switch. So all the woman be doing is just she always tired.
She always have an excuse.
She always got an excuse because she always tired.
Mm.
I lie. I
Tired
lie.
of you begging.
Yeah.
It's like the only thing for women, it seems as if the only thing men want is sex.
Yes, that's all we need. We don't need no
It's like
clothes.
nothing
No.
else important, just
No.
the sex.
If you don't wash the clothes, let me tell you a story. If you don't wash the clothes, you find the clothes in the dirty clothes basket, you shake it and put it on tomorrow. What are you talking about? This is a real way. The only
And if
thing,
you don't cook, you go
Oh,
out and
yeah.
you get some
The
food and you
only-
bring some home for her too.
the only thing that's upset us
It's when you say no to
when you
sex.
say no to that sex, then we got a problem. And it ain't the fact that
And when
you
you
might
say
want it,
no, and
It
when
might be you might want it. It's the fact that be the man.
and you can't, you
Yeah,
shouldn't
yeah,
be denied.
you can't tell me no. You you telling the king of this house no?
So that's why y'all go out and seek
Most
sex somewhere else.
most men built from their father's gene.
Adam's genes.
Right. So if your father used to sling rock and sling
You can
rock,
come up slinging rock
you
too.
that in your genes. And the only way you could stop that slinging rock is you need deliverance.
Oh,
So if only 10% of
listen,
people got
listen,
deliverance,
listen,
that can continue.
listen to me. And the only deliverance that you could get is a woman who can give you the sex you want. Because ain't no other
That's
deliverance.
the, that's the see now you cooking. Man, we got a pot. You cooking now. Boy, look here. We hot. You rolling. You can see, let me say this to you. I glad, whoa, look here, we stirring the pot. Because you said it, they live what? A bunch of what? Lies?
Lies, yeah.
Okay.
So
The
it
truth
comes
coming out now, right?
now, Tony. It comes right back to a point that stood out in my thought as you were speaking earlier. We plan everything in life down to our education, but we don't plan our relationships.
No.
We don't plan
I
what it is, and that's why
we gonna
I don't subscribe to one night stands. If it's a one night stand, let's make this a one night stand. But if we developing a relationship, we need to have some communication as to where you see yourself going. Where do I see myself going? Do we align? No. Okay, we can't be together. But if you are willing to say, but I could give up this and I could give up that, and we agree on that, then we could move forward together. But we go, we come together, we have sex, we have children, we have everything except time to plan your life and know that you're planning a successful life.
that is so true. We gotta close, right? But listen to this. I want you to listen to this. So it comes right down to what I was saying earlier. Most marriages are miserable because they didn't even plan their children.
It's true.
Their children was we going to bed have sex.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't plan to last next month we can have our child so we can
Mm-hmm.
save some money.
Mm-hmm.
That's this is what I'm talking about. So most marriages live in hell because there's no planning. There, okay, there's no plan, concession,
Everything
no
is.
concession plan.
Mm-hmm.
No what after 5 years we can buy a house. After 10 years we find to pay our mortgage off. After
Mm-hmm.
15 years we can put a little business together.
Mm-hmm.
So the
There's no
plan and
planning.
concession. And so once a plan and concession, you can be comfortable with me because now you know the goal we're trying to go after.
Yes.
That's what I'm talking. We can man, that's a good topic. That's a good thing to close on. Plan and concession. Even in relationship, you should have plan and concession. And love, hate, relationship wouldn't happen if you have plan and concession because you plan to love and grow. Love and grow. More.
Even though we must say that the best plans could go bad, but
But you
at
have a
least you
plan.
had a plan.
But if your plan go bad, you had a
Yes.
plan. You could
Yes.
tweak the plan.
Yes.
You can justify. You can do whatever you want.
And in planning, it requires some level of communication
Mhm.
because we know that communication is the big problem. Everybody wants to tell the next person what to do. No. What are your plans? Find out from the individual. What are you planning on doing today? Oh, I want you to do this. I want you to do you. Did you find out what my day looked like
Mhm.
today?
And even in planning the relationship, we talking about planning. Even in planning relationship, if you hit a block wall in the relationship, let's say
Yes.
you had an issue and you all can't resolve it, you should have the person we're going to pass to this or we're going to so and so to talk.
A
We should,
counselor, a
yeah,
professional.
we should have a plan to
Hmm.
say, well, okay, this is if we
This is
ever
what
run into
we
this
will
problem,
do.
this is what
Yes.
we can do.
Hurricane hurricane plan, right?
Yeah.
That's and even as many radio announcements that come on about planning the hurricane, how many of us actually go ahead and have our emergency kit and our emergency exit plan in
Yeah.
operation?
But good woman,
Mm-hmm.
woman of substance,
Mm-hmm.
do have plan. Let me tell you a plan is. I know I hear a lot of them saying it. I don't know if it's real, but
Mm-hmm.
this is what they say.
Mm-hmm.
I can marry this man and I can give him 3 chances to screw up. You know they say that. I know we've heard
Yeah,
it before.
yeah.
They say the first time I use an excuse. They say, well, okay, I
Mm-hmm.
give him a break. The second time, I can tell him, you do it one more time, that's it. They have a plan. Man,
Man,
my
I plan too.
my
But,
plan is
but, go ahead. Let
my
me hear your
plan.
plan
Most
before.
man plan is why let a woman control me? I screw as many.
That's your only plan.
Get it before I get use it before I lose it. Folks, you
And
gotta
you'll be
try.
trying to use it
You gotta
even
try.
after you lose it. But
Yeah.
anyhow, love, hate, relationships,
Yeah.
love and hate is, they said there's a thin line
Between
between
love and
love
hate.
and hate. And the key to any successful relationship is communication. Communicate your desires and communicate your plans. If there is no congruency, there you headed east, he headed west, and y'all hope to merge somewhere in the north point, that is not a good thing, a good measure. Get to know the individual so that your love will not turn into hate. Communicate and be honest, because some people have this dream and this big plan, but they have no intentions of carrying out that plan. That's what you want, so that's what they give you.
Yeah.
Many men do that, don't they?
When you gonna bring it home
Anyhow,
to your
ladies
mama,
and
you
gentlemen,
when
thank
you
you
gonna
so
bring it home
much.
to your mama, you better wash today. Don't bring that home with you. Wash. When you go to your party, have a good time. Don't bring it home. You better wash. Wash your hands. Wash. You better don't bring it home to your mama and your papa on the bed. Don't bring it home to your papa. He will drop dead. Don't bring that corona home. You better wash. You better wash them hands. Wash. Corona.
And
Okay.
wear your mask.
Mm-hmm.
Keep your distance too, because Corona is still here with us and it's
It's
still claiming
what?
lives.
Yesterday it came
Still
alive. So
claiming
every
lives.
day. Oh, I must say before I go, Nicholas, I hope you get well soon. I heard you went to the hospital. I pray for you to get well. And again, another beautiful day of under the tree. God spared my life to be here another day. Me and Melanie under the tree. And I will pray that. Continue on, man. I will pray in my daily prayer. God covers us every day. I had backslide, but I promise I will serve God for the rest of my life.
Soon. Why
So,
don't you say from this day forward?
I know. So, make sure you say a prayer for me. Now I said it, you say a prayer for me. Cover me every day. So I can be back here next Sunday. Me and Melody. Make sure I pray for Melody. So old school. Old school. We can just want to show old school.
Yeah.
Old school show. How old school operate.
And then we have promised to do a show with music, get some
Okay.
music up and running.
We can get
The
some.
summer is here.
We back up and running. We do music. We'll have a good show with you. Anyway, you have you all have a great afternoon and enjoy your holiday tomorrow.
Yes.
Tony and Melody on the tree.
Take care. Have a
Bye
lovely
bye.
week. See you next week.